Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday, our last day this week, because tomorrow all of your teachers are going to be working hard to make some plans for the end of the year and talk about classes for next year and have a big meeting tomorrow. So thank you for understanding that we're still working hard and that you guys kind of get a little bit of a day off. But before that, since it's our last day of Teacher Appreciation Week, I wanted to read one of my favorite authors, Dr. Seuss. And I'm going to read the Sneetches today. I was thinking this book has about 4 stories in it, so I think over the next couple days I'll read these stories. And then I will start a new Boxcar Children when I finish this book. But Dr. Seuss is one of my favorites, and I think there's some funny stories and good lessons in here, so I'd like to read these. So I hope you guys can maybe put predictions on the back burner and think about what the lessons Dr. Seuss was trying to teach us and how many times can he make us laugh. So let's read this book and have some fun. Today we are going to read The Sneetches by Dr. Seuss. Now, Starbelly Sneetches had bellies with stars, and the plain-belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big, they were really so small, you might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. Because they had stars, all the Starbelly Sneetches would brag. We're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain-belly sort. And whenever they met someone, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When Starbelly children went out to play ball, they could a plain belly get in the game? No, not at all. You could play if your belly had stars and plain belly children had none upon theirs. When Starbelly Sneetches had Frankfurter roast, or picnics or parties or marshmallow toast, they never invited the plain-belly Sneetches. They left them out in the cold and the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. There's a little Frankfurter roast, and the plain belly's sad. Then one day, it seems, while the plain-belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles, I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that, I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you, I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine, and he said, "You want stars like a Starbelly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside. Then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about. But the thing really worked. When the plain-belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. So there's them entering the machine with Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and there's them getting spit out with their stars. Then they yelled that the ones who had stars at the start were exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties. Good grief, groaned the ones who had stars first. We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now how in the world will we know, they all frowned, if which kind is what, or the other way around? Then came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who, that is perfectly true, but come with me, friends, do you know what I'll do? I'll make you, again, the best Sneetches on the beaches, and all it will cost you is $10 eaches. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars so you won't look like Sneetches who have them upon theirs. And that handy machine worked very precisely. It removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Look at all that money Sylvester McMonkey McBean's collecting there. Then with their snoots in the air they paraded about, and they opened their beaks and let out a shout. We know who is who, now there is no doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are the Sneetches without. Then of course those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star was now frightfully bad. Then of course old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them in to his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guessed, things got into a very horrible mess. All the rest of that day, on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machines they raced around and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through, until neither the plane nor the star bellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie picked it up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They will never learn. No, you can't teach a Sneetch. Wow, so he tricked them with his car full of money there and leaving them all confused on the beach. But McBean was quite wrong, I'm happy to say, that Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day that they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had won or not upon theirs. Alright, so that's the end of our story. I think that there's a really good lesson in the Sneetches book, and it's maybe about trying to look like someone else or trying to be something you're not. I think a lot, especially as you get older, people get caught up in being cool or doing what everyone else is doing, and sometimes if you're just yourself, it turns out that that's the coolest person you can be. And it's sometimes hard to realize that. So I hope that Dr. Seuss's little story let you know that no matter who you are, it's best to be you instead of trying to be someone else. So I hope all you guys keep on being you, because I really appreciate each and every one of you and how unique and awesome each and every one of you are. So keep it up. And I can't wait to hear what you guys thought about the Sneetches, and we will keep reading. We got 3 more Dr. Seuss stories before we get back into our chapter books. So I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys. Have a great day. Be good for your parents and work hard.